What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcastle for the next episode of March of the Living. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while. And actually, I have to come clean with you right now. I have to come very, very clean. I have no idea what's going to happen from here on in. I've never made it this far before. My games always end horribly. And so, fortunately for you guys, we're seeing all new stuff right now. We have a bunch of Zeds. I'm going to catalog them for a minute just to figure out what we got here. I'm going to shoot the red one. Alright, I'm going to shoot the red one. Alright, and then meanwhile, you go ahead and shoot that green one back there. I'm going to do my best to have our friend here try to murder one of these Zeds before this gets any gnarlier. You cancel out that last shot and get out of the way. And then finally fire one more at him. I'm going to try to keep him inside the optimal zone right now. Optimal zone! We got another diamond ring. Unfortunately, they do not stack, but I will bring them with me because it's free credit until we find something that's even better. It's worth keeping around. Like, oh my god, the rifle is pretty raw in this game, though. The rifle is what's up. I had never realized the great mercy that is having a rifle. From now on, I may try to actively find a rifle as much as possible before I go further into the game. I'm not going to talk about backtracking and going in circles and shit, but seriously, the rifle is what's up. The rifle is getting it done. You arrive at a safe zone and immediately hear a commotion going on. It must be a fight. You get a little closer and see two men in an argument. I'm not going to let you keep taking my gear. Hand over the whiskey, Tom. No way. You don't need it. I'll put it to good use. We'll talk to them. You approach the men and ask what they're fighting about. Tom is a thief, and I'm sick of it. One man answers before the other snaps back. I only steal what you don't use, Brian, and there's no harm in that. I'm going to side with Tom because a person's property is theirs regardless of whether or not they're using it. Or no. Brian. What? You're on Brian's side, but it'll just go to waste. Fine, whatever. He hands the bottle of whiskey back to Tom and walks off. Thanks, but to be honest with you, I don't even want it. I'm just tired of him stealing from me. Here, it's yours. Huzzah for us. Got a bottle of whiskey. I will trade one of the diamond rings for that, and then we'll close that on down. I think the diamond ring stays on the ground, too, so we can technically barter all of this stuff without anything going too wrong. Got nails right there. A rusty revolver, which we can absolutely get rid of. It's not going to be that helpful. I'm probably going to get rid of the semi and sell all the pistol ammo in order to stock up on the stuff that we do have. My thought there is that the pistols are not that intensely useful. I like the pistol, but it's just not doing anything for me right now. Like, I'm not using it at all. Used to warn people of dangerous locations like the road. Yeah, that'd probably be a decent... You don't really have much, do you, amigo? Alright, so let's sell a couple of foods. I'm trying to get my credit up real high here. Keep it even because our characters obviously are going to have to swap that on out. I'll probably sell this down to like 20. I suppose I can hold on to the old automatic pistol. I can sell the bat or give it to Barry now, although the knife I think is better. So we'll sell the bat. He's only going to be using the rifle from here on in, I think, if I can manage it. That'll save a little bit of space in our inventory. Meanwhile, we have 40 credit. I'm going to get rid of the matches, the diamond ring, the bottle of whiskey, and then we're essentially just going to try and clean this guy out. I'm going to try and get as many shotgun shells as I can along the way. And if I can even out some of my rifle rounds, that'd be great too. And so we're actually sitting on a pretty good surplus of stuff right now. I also need to manage the group. We'll grab the diamond ring very quickly. And it only sells for 1. We've got 0 credit, so I doubt that it's going to be that useful. But let's sell the diamond ring, and we'll take the sidewalk chalk, just in case it ends up being helpful in one way or another. I have no idea what that's application is, but we have it now, and so we may as well play around with it. Everything else is looking pretty solid. Fatigue's kind of high, so we're going to rest here before we go on any further adventures. I don't know if we're going to complete this adventure today. I would very much like to complete this adventure today. If we can actually finish the storyline and get a secondary character, that'd be super badass because I haven't unlocked any of them yet. Dying at this point seems like it would be kind of disappointing. Alright, so we're good to go here. Let's look back on the map. We're actually right next to the end of the zone, so let's put in an order to go full bore south. At least it's a beautiful landscape to look at. I wonder where we're at right now. Probably like Montana or something like that. I don't know. Lots of hills, Colorado, Montana, lots of evergreen trees. It almost feels like you're alone here, aside from the pack of infected shambling in the distance anyways. Oh, so that was easy enough. Let's have our dinner, and then we'll go to the next zone transition, and we'll see where we come in. Ah, that was cheese mode. Cheese mode. I thought that zombie had a hat on for a second. I about got excited. I don't know. I think he's probably after my amigo here. So let's start popping off rounds at them. Meanwhile, let's manage the group. I'm going to give you the shotgun, which hopefully does not need to be reloaded. Weapon jammed up on me, weirdly enough. It's a brand new gun. I thought it was... Huh. Let's just keep them kind of lined up, I guess, here. You loop back down. You take a shot at him, because you've got time to do it. There we go. You drag them back over this way. And, sir, it is your turn to expend some ammunition. I didn't know his gun had a jam chance. I thought it was just like a normal shotgun. Well, they're down. I guess that's all that we can hope for here. No loot to be had. Let's go ahead and reload them real quick. Make sure that everybody's got a full mag. Let me take a look at this shotgun. Oh, it's got a 4% jamming chance. Yeah, I guess it's pretty common that occasionally shotguns will pinch the shell down in there. My friend's got a problem like that with his Remington. His Remington is always pinching shells. They're always getting lodged. Always having issues. You arrive at a small fortified community with a barter stand. Oh, cool. This probably would have been the better place for us to have bartered since they got first aid kits and whatnot. I'm not going to cry about it or be upset, but I am going to sell the remainder of my pistol rounds then. Because I see no reason to hold on to it. That might be a bad decision. I might be screwing up right now. But, takes a maniac to catch one. We're going to take the first aid kit. And we're going to take the rifle rounds up to 30. Shotgun shells up to 30. That leaves me with 16 credits. We got plenty of food. I don't think we're going to need any more of it. Since he goes through a lot more rounds than the rifleman does, I'm going to load him up a little bit heavier with ammunition. And then we're back on the road again. It looks like Zach's cabin is over on that side. I will probably try to hit that city on the way past and then go like so. I'm going to stop in the road, though, real quick. I probably should have rested at our last location, too. That probably would have been wiser. We do have a little bit of fatigue built up, and I am putting our group at risk, but we've got so many supplies. I mean, our guns and our ammo and everything else are so stacked up at the moment that, like, it's hard for me to feel worried about most of the things happening. I'm going to stop right here. We're going to rest for a minute. Growls are low enough to where I'm not panicky just yet. Cool. Let's get back on the road again. Perfect. You're exhausted by your lengthy journey, so you find some time to take a break. Not too long after you get into a comfortable position, the oddest sight leaps into view, and you can't help but stare. A pair of, well, jokers are skipping up the road, seemingly without a care in the world. They've dressed themselves in a series of white sheets and are wearing pants on their head? Must be fresh out of an asylum. You grip your weapons tight, unsure of what might happen next. I'm gonna watch them cautiously. I don't trust this shit. You quickly hide yourself from view and watch the duo carefully. They really do seem to be a pair of children, playfully jumping around, tagging each other and gaily frolicking. It's quite odd considering these two women are grown adults. While they're doing this, a marauder starts marching towards them. As soon as the pair notices, they rush over to it. Razor-sharp knives suddenly produce from out of nowhere. Within seconds, the marauder is finally sliced from head to toe. You're next, the woman calls out, looking back over her shoulder in your direction. Start running, darling. You take off running. You start running as fast away as your legs will carry you. The crazy woman just starts laughing uncontrollably, hand covering her twitching right eye. Maybe another time, darling, she shouts after you. Her friend hugs her from behind, resting her head on the crazy woman's shoulder. Come on, pet, the crazy one says. Let's be on our way. I've got guns and they've got knives. I feel pretty solid about this exchange. I'm not good with being threatened when I got people outgunned. Got a long-ass walk in front of us right here, but hey, almost 50 kilometers. That's definitely a biggin'. You're walking all night. Let's go ahead and stop and we're going to eat. Because he's wounded. Oh yeah, I do have that first aid kit, don't I? Let's get him squared away. I'd rather not take any chances. Get that health nice and taken care of. That's definitely kind of an all-night walk right there. I can't imagine having to walk like 50 kilometers to the next location through the wilderness. Man, that would suck. Especially with full gear. Excuse me, sir. I hear everybody's headed off to some promised safe haven. Do you know where it is? It's to the east. East. Got it. Okay. I'm supposed to be meeting a friend there. Thanks. He quickly moves off ahead of you. Alright. Well, we made good travel time right there. Let's head to the city next. I'm going to try and rest right about the time we get to morning. Our fatigue is a tad high, and I don't want to scavenge with our fatigue low. I'm going to wait till we get a little bit closer to our destination, though, so that we can use that cheese mode resting thing that I like to do. Perfect. Hunger's a little bit high too, but we'll deal with that in just a moment. Un momento! We'll deal with that. We will deal with that in a second. Hunger's a tad high. Okay, we're good to go. Let's eat another round of rations. I have noticed we're going through food kind of quickly right now, so we may want to hit some of these locations carefully. Scavenge. Oh shit! I double clicked on accident. Well, yeah, I was gonna say it's probably not gonna be good for us here. Shoot that white one out in front. John Ralphio looking bastard. Once they get into 80% range, I want you shooting. Shooting, scooting, and polluting the block with every round of fire you can put on them. Start up on Greenie right there. Okay. Going straight through the middle here. And this would be one of those times where I would highly recommend using scatter fire. There we go. Oh, he's grappled. He's grappled. Push him away. Put him. See if you can shoot that one off of him. Oh my God, he's about to get eaten. There we go. Get away. Get away. Get away. Oh shit, he's been bit. Okay, he's infected. That's all kinds of bad. I wasn't expecting him to grab him right there. It seemed unlikely to me. So what's going to happen now is he's going to lose 1 health a day until he is no longer in decent shape. Let's manage the group real fast. I want you to put the hunting knife on since you're almost out of this anyways. Gotta keep his health high. He's got 4 health left. That means he's got 4 days until he's done. That means it's going to be absolutely pivotal that we hit the hospital for 40 minutes. That was troublesome. Attacked again. The white one in the front. Okay. Get the red one. I don't know if it's worth it to have him go after him with the shotgun. I mean, he's got enough shells. He might as well, but... Okay, you take off across the map now that you got their attention. He's reloading. You do similarly. It's time to get that knife equipped and go after him. Meanwhile, you, sir, finish off your quarry. Save the bullets. Got antibiotics. It's something. That's all we can really ask for. That buys him another day before death takes over. So 1 more day to be had. We'll probably hit the drugstore too just to see if we can get him topped off. Give him like a full 9 days of survival time. But we will have to wait that one out and see. Drugstore. Chances are too high at the drugstore. Can't risk it. Police station, we're going to have to risk it because we need the ammo. So I'm going to go in on a 40-minute right there. Our luck was good. And we got things that we needed. So shotgun shells and everything else are all nice and squared away. Apartment complex, 20 minutes looks good, but 40 minutes looks a little high, so I'm going to leave it alone. 2 more food rations. Well, we got him healed up by 1 in here, but we got him chewed on by like 10. So, what you gonna do? It's a lot of zombies. Not so sure how I feel about all this. Everybody reload. I'm gonna wait till he reloads, but what I can do here... Oh, I sold his melee weapon. Okay, never mind then. So let me make sure everybody's going somewhere where they need to be. Weapon jam at the perfect time. Man, we just cannot get lucky here, can we? It is apparently just not our day. I was gonna say, if you could peel him off of him, that'd be great. And now we just have him run in circles while we finish off the remainder. That's 3 yellows. We might be able to manage him with melee. Maybe. I'm trying to conserve ammunition right now because we're in the home stretch. I don't know if the yellows attack faster or not, though. I'm a little worried about it. Let's find out. It looks like he can get away with a couple stabs in there. Not like strong stabs, but stabs nonetheless. We need him to break out of the grapple, I think. There we go. Close enough. A cell phone earpiece. It's junk loot. It's not going to help us, but we'll hold on to it. We need to travel. We need to get up out of here. Growls are way too high for us to be taking a load off in this location. Halt! You ready your weapon, ready to pounce on whoever saw fit to disrupt you. A lone woman in khaki brown parka jacket and a blue beret carrying a pump-action shotgun appears before you. Be warned, you are entering territory belonging to the Skagway Socialist Union. An observer will accompany you until you pass through our borders. Okay. Her eyes dart from side to side. So, keep doing what you're doing. It'll be like I'm not even here. You shrug and begin to move out with the woman whose name you find out is Olivia, trailing a short distance behind. But she's not going to help. She's going to be there. We have an opportunity to rest right here, but I'm going to wait till we're a tad closer. Alright. So let's rest for a minute. God knows that he probably needs it. His hunger bar is kind of full, though, so there goes the 1 HP from him actually being infected. We may lose him along the way, but it's okay. I can deal with that. Ooh, don't lose that health right there. Don't lose that health at all. Yeah, let's get some food inside of you. He's way too wounded to be taking risks like that. And then we'll just travel the remainder of the distance. Spotting a small horde up ahead of your path, you decide to make a detour across a field. Along the way, you come across an old farmhouse. Arming yourself, you systematically clear out the home room by room. There's no living presence anywhere inside. Let's loot it! Searching the cupboards and the drawers, you do manage to find some rations which you put in your pack. As you're about to leave, however, you stumble to the floor. Grumbling, you get back to your feet, but your eyes make contact with a large pile of letters hidden away behind one of the counters. Curiosity gets the better of you. So you pick them up and scan through them. Most are junk mail, but you find a pair of handwritten letters among them. Droplets of blood have stained the envelopes. Open them. Dear Jordan, times really are changing. Been hearing stories coming out of Charleston and Boston. Folks going all crazy on each other. Biting people left and right. It's absolute madness. These people are coming out in rashes or boils or some shit. Looks real nasty. If it gets too bad, I'll have to send Mallory over to yours. Getting too dangerous to hang around these parts, but somebody's got to take care of Mom. Your brother, Andy. The second letter, dated a couple months after the first. The handwriting has deteriorated considerably since the last letter. Jordan, it's all over for me. One of the crazies, the ones they call rotters, the bastard took a chunk out of my leg. They say that once you get bit, your brain turns to mush within a week. Mom's already gone with Mallory. By the time you get this letter, I'll have left for a better place. Take care, Andy. You sit back in one of the hard wooden chairs, wondering about the fate of the family must have owned this farm at some point. They've probably long since expired by now, but you'll never know. Hopefully they made it to safety, wherever that might be. Alright, well, that leads us to Zach's cabin, which is where the storyline will, I guess, come to its fruition here. This is what we've been looking for the entire time. This is the culmination of his storyline. I've never done this before. I've never made it this far. This is brand new for me. You arrive at the foot of the hill, on top of which sits your old cabin. The place looks far more beat up than you remember seeing it last, but you know the current state of the world wasn't to blame. You approach the building and hear a voice inside which you recognize as Zach's. I thought I told you not to leave the beer outside. Who knows? It might just become infected like your stupid mother. The voice seems to be heading to the door. I'm gonna shoot him as he exits the cabin. You stand right next to the door and ready your weapon. Stupid kid, Zach grumbles as he opens the door and steps out right into your sights. Zach's existence is snuffed out right there and then. Chunks of brain matter splattered across the cabin door as the corpse topples over. Screaming fills your ears from inside the cabin. You step over the corpse and rush inside. Your son Tom is sitting right there, eyes wide at Zach's unmoving corpse. Dad! Tom rushes over to you, tears forming in his eyes. You drop everything you're carrying and pick up your son, holding him close to your chest, and you aren't letting him go ever again. You check him over. He's a bit dirty, but he's otherwise unharmed, much to your relief. Tom, for his part, seems fine, but you have no doubt there'd be some mental scarring. There's time to worry about that later, though. You gather whatever supplies you can find and leave the tainted place with your son in tow. Making sure the two of you reach safety is now your top priority. Hell yeah. Nobody mistreats my babies. Coming after that ass, Zach. You better be a lot nicer. Oh, he's little. I like how his model is just a little, like a smaller version of the other ones. So chances are, he's probably not that helpful as a character. So he's a child. His hit chance is low. That means he can't fight. However, he's a light eater, and does he come with a backpack? He comes with a backpack, so he can help me carry bullshit. So here, take these cell phone earpieces. We'll give him a light load for right now. Down to the south we go. We're going to have to keep him out of harm's way, though. I'm a little bit... Yeah, I figured we were going to take a fight right here. I had my suspicions. It seems like it's predetermined. I'm going to shoot the red ones first. Alright, red one's down. Pick off a couple more of these guys if I can before they get into melee range with us. And then we'll handle the rest the old-fashioned way. You still got the hunting knife equipped? Alright, this is you, man. Get after it. And then I got rid of his melee weapon, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to do much right there. Alright. Move him over to the other side. He missed his swing. And it's looking like it's a good day to be Barry. We got a baseball bat, so that's pretty cool. I'll probably take that just so I can use it when I need it. Let's reload the guns. Let's get everybody centralized again. And once everybody's back in good positions, we will travel to the next location, hopefully finding some kind of shelter. You're about to crest a large hill when you see a man come running down from the top at full speed. Run for your lives, he shouts as he hurries past you. Before you can ask him anything else, you see what he's running from. More than 100 infected. I'll hide among the trees. You take a break for the woods and drop to the ground. Unfortunately, it seems this was a terrible decision. The infected find you almost immediately. You scatter and run in a random direction. Where did that put us? Back to where we were. Okay. We're going to need to go into town. I don't think we're going to have much of an option there. I'm going to see how growls are looking when we get to the end of this trail. They're going up pretty steadily, but that also gives it time for the rain to stop before we go any further. Let me eat. You're not going to eat right now, kid. We're going to keep you on a separate cooldown, and we're going to rest for a bit. Fortunately, no such luck there. Alright, let's get started. That should be good enough for now. If we can keep the misses to a minimum, we might be able to sort this out. Kid, run for it. He missed with his shot. I mean, technically Barry's a goner anyway, so why worry about it? He's going to die either way once we get to our destination, so I'm not too worried about his health. Kind of just use him as a decoy for everybody else. Luckily, his fatigue-o-meter is not so bad. I need you to reload, pal. So that looks like that was that. I mean, technically we could rest again and just get everybody squared away. Kid, go ahead and stay awake. Everything looks good. I think we've got a pretty solid chance to make for the win here. But that's about as far as the SSU territory extends, so Olivia trails off under her breath before returning to face you. This is as far as I'm supposed to take you. Beyond this point are reprehensible clans of human beings undeserving of the term. Olivia frowns for a few seconds before scrunching up her face. Screw it. I'm sure nobody's going to notice one missing scout. You seem like a good guy, so I hope you don't mind if I tag along. Sure, come along, Olivia. You get bonuses. The reason I do this is because you get bonuses for completing the game with people in your party, keeping them alive, essentially. She's got a shotgun. That's a tad troublesome, but we do have a lot of ammo for the shotgun, so it might work out. We're out of time for the day, though. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here in the next episode of March of the Living. We got to go from here to here in the next episode and survive it, all right? I will see you all then. Bye, everybody.